Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, got new images of the Hot Wheels Ultra Magnus, some new upgrade kits from DNA Design, and some more figures from Dr. Wu. Today is Wednesday, November 13th, and this is episode 616 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that voted Daryl back onto the show, but not Charles. I'm your host, Jeremy, aka Yakko. I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team, Char, aka Robo Apollo.
Hi, everyone.
And Daryl, Cybertronian Beast.
I'm back, baby. Let's talk Transformers.
Dr. Pants was so happy he got to say that last week. All right. Unfortunately, we have to start on some sad news. Tony Todd, who he had a long career in, I think, a lot of horror movies, but just in general, he was in Platoon and just tons of stuff. He was in Transformers in the Revenge of the Fallen as the voice of the Fallen, and then he was Dreadwing in Transformers Prime. And sadly, he passed away at age 69. So just want to give our condolences to his family. That it seems 69 seems like younger now that I'm in my 40s. So, but
he had a great look. He was he was always scary looking, intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's move on to some toy news with quick hits.
All right, and we're going to start off this week by talking about the Hot Wheels track fleet. And we've got in-package images and a case breakdown for the Ultra Magnus figure. The Ultra Magnus Hot Wheels
vehicle.
So ridiculous. So it's a vehicle that you can get in a 6-pack of a case, and it's essentially the Optimus Prime mold, but they changed the trailer, which is exactly what they did with the G1 figure. So and you can find this showing up at some toy stores. I have yet to see the Optimus Prime in any toy store, regardless of Canadian or American. I've been in the US a number of times since these came out, and I've yet to see them anywhere. So we do have some pictures here. You can see all the rest of the case for the track fleet. It's just random Hot Wheels stuff. It has nothing to do with any other brands. It's just the Ultra Magnus there on its own. So it's pretty cool. Hope I find one eventually. I'm not holding my breath. It's tangentially attached to the things that I collect, but it's a neat little curio if you can find one. So yeah, neat. But that's it.
All right, next up, we have a couple of things from DNA Design. First up, we have an upgrade kit for Studio Series Rise of the Beast Nemesis Prime. This is DK44B. Sorry, this is Studio Series Rise of the Beast Optimus. This is a redeco of their upgrade kit for the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. And it includes new articulated shoulders, feet, 2 axes, 2 blades, and 2 cannons. And the story here says, like with the original kit, it comes with 2 right cannons. So I'm not sure if that was a mistake on the set or not. But it also comes with an exosuit, Noah Diaz figurine, and some extra parts for alt mode to fill in some gaps. And we have some pictures here with showing some of the different things, like the weapons storage, the Noah figure. A pretty nice looking kit. Might be something to get if you have that Studio Series Nemesis Prime. It looks like the figure, just adds that little bit. Next up, we have their DK56 Motormaster upgrade kit, and this is from their animated Optimus Prime upgrade kit, and it just adds. Well, most of the pieces are just colored to match Motormaster, and then it adds a new sword and let's see, what else was it? It has a new sword, the wings, and there's some other pieces that make him look better in vehicle mode as well. And I think this looks great. It's crazy now that getting all these BotCon inspired figures in mainline, and like so much better looking than the originals. So this is going to be out December 30th, and pre-order deadline is yesterday, November 12th.
Oh,
so hopefully you got your pre-order in. Otherwise, I mean, I'm sure it'll be showing up everywhere that you normally get these kits. So check that out.
yeah. All right, so we have a few Dr. Wu things to talk about tonight. So the first one is Dr. Wu, which is a third-party company. They've revealed images of their color prototypes of DW-E55 Impact Wave / Supersonic and Explosion, which this is supposed to be G1 decibel and graphy and noise. So we're going through some images now, showing the characters and now their cassette mode. And then this is one of the impact wave in their robot mode. And then here's another cassette mode. There's the back of the robot. There's the T-Rex. It looks like it's a T-Rex or Allosaurus. And then the other cassette has a pterodon mode. So this is really nice, like these photos. So the colors look really good on these.
All right, and up next, we're talking about Super 7 and their reaction series, and they did a recolor of their Devastator figure. If you remember, that is a figure that's a little bigger than their normal one, just because it's a Devastator, and they did it in the Wrecking Crew colors. So if you're not familiar, it's the Devastator that's yellow and orange and black. And there's a little bit of blue in there too. So yeah, it's like Hero Devastator, I guess, is trying to remember exactly where this came from, because is this the original color scheme from Diaclone? Jeremy, do you remember?
I thought it was all yellow.
No, the original color scheme from Diaclone was a little different. I think he had he was different color scheme, different colors, but the G2 was orange and yellow.
Yeah, this is Diaclone.
There you go. Yep, there it is in the story. I should have read the story. Haha. What is this? Jeremy, what are you?
A Diaclone Devastator commercial.
Oh, okay.
And thankfully, I did not have it sending the audio, but
okay.
Yeah, it was. Here's a picture. Oh, I completely stopped my screen sharing in my panic.
Oh no. That's okay.
There we go. That's from an eBay.
Yeah,
listing.
there you go.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
Looks about right.
Yeah.
$142. That's actually a pretty good deal for this. In a box. Yeah. So yeah. So that's the reason behind the colors. And knowing third party, and I know this isn't third party, but knowing third party, this is the fact that we're getting this in a couple different colors is in a not mainline, but a licensed Transformers product is I think perfectly normal. So yeah,
Well,
I
and
can't imagine this is going to sell very well, but knowing the price on these as well. But whatever. Somebody out there has got to have a little soft spot for Diaclone colors.
well, we have a few third-party Devastators in process of coming out right now. Do you
Mhm.
think that we might start seeing some of these colors on some of those to reuse the molds?
No. No, I don't. I think the best thing for those or the most likely is the G2 color schemes.
Okay.
But this is a far third place on those.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of recolors, New
Oh,
Age Toys
segue.
has announced
Mhm.
new variants of their H70 Oddball, which is their Legend Scale Warpath. I think we kind of talked a little bit about this figure last week, or some Legend Scale Warpath. I can't remember if it was this one or not. But first we have H70B Daskal, which is their Shattered Glass deco. And these both include a firing missile, like an actual firing projectile,
Wow.
which Hasbro can't get away with anymore.
Legend scale?
Mhm.
That's wild.
Oh no, sorry, it
Or
doesn't actually fire. I forgot. It's just a blast effect.
Oh.
This is the one we talked about last
You
week.
tease.
Oh.
You
I
tease.
see in the text includes a firing missile effect, and I think third party, they don't have the safety standards they can. But yeah, but anyway, this is a really cool shade of blue that I think it looks just really good. And as we saw last week with the Warpath, like the original coloring, it's very, very posable, very impressive that
Oh,
are
that
able to
Warpath.
do this with Legend scale. And then the next one
Oh.
we have is H70S Shmulik. This is the eHobby GoBot Treads look,
Sad
and he
Warpath.
looks very sad.
He does. He needs a hug.
So yeah, it's the same figure. Just it's a nice kind of almost tealish green. Looks more like an actual tank in color scheme than Warpath ever did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's these both look really good. And if you can't get your hands on the actual Warpath coloring, I think both of these would be, just get these instead. They look fantastic.
Yeah, the blue is really cool. It's a nice shade.
Oh, and I guess I forgot. I got the next New Age thing here too. We have H66 Bomber, which is color variants, or that's their Legend Scale gears, and we have new color variants of that too. The first is the BB version, which is their Shattered Glass Swerve, and it is I would say it's a Constructicon green.
Mm-hmm.
And oh no, sorry, that's not the BB version. That's the BB version. This is a nice. This is the Shattered Glass Swerve. So it's an orange and red.
Oh.
Looks kind of evil.
Yeah.
And then we have the green one, which is next. This is the H68B Leprechaun. This is their eHobby GoBot Smallfoot deco. And the head has been redone a little bit. And both of these look really good. I'm kind of partial to the green one. I think the head looks really good on this, what they've done here. And that Constructicon green is just, I don't know, it's really pleasant to look at.
Mhm.
But the orange one, the BB, the face kind of reminds me more of a GoBot face with the way that the eyes have that little mask looking around them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, both of these look really good. So New Age is putting out some great looking figures.
Yeah, so this is the next Dr. Wu figure we're going to be talking about. It's DW-E54 Iron Fortress, and this is a chibi version of Metroplex. So we're looking at color prototype images of this figure. So yeah, and as I said earlier, it's this G1 Autobot of Metroplex, and it's 10 centimeters tall, and it's the chibi style. So if you're a fan of chibi figures, you should get this for your collection. It's really cute. Yeah, so it looks like it can transform too, which is really cool. And it's got transformable versions of Six Gun, Slammer, and Scamper. And he can transform into his city mode, base modes, plus an extra energy cube mode, similar to their previous DW-E14 Energy Dragon, which was their Triptychon release. So
Well, that'll make storage a little easier.
yeah. Yeah, and then it looks like they have a Shattered Glass deco too that they've released already. So I think this is really impressive for, a chibi figure to have it transform and then have all the other bots that make him up. So that's really cool. So a lot of chibi figures don't transform for Transformers, so this is really cool. So
Yeah, this looks. I have a couple of the regular Doctor Who figures, and I think this would be really fun.
yeah, I like the cube.
Yeah.
The cube. The energy cube. So, look at that tiny little tank there.
Yeah.
All right. And we will finish up quick hits by talking about a possible first look at a prototype for Age of the Primes. This is potentially Voyager class Prima. And yeah, we've got a headless figure that showed up. And we got a couple pictures here of it. And it not a lot to go on. It has not been, nobody's tried to transform it. They just snapped some pictures of it on what looks like a wooden dinner plate. And I mean, we kind of need Charles here to tell us if this is accurate or not. I am not super familiar with Prima. So, Charles, that's his go-to.
I could go check my my arc. What was it?
Your book, but
your book.
Yeah. I mean, there's wheels in the legs. There's a windshield and roof on the back. Yeah,
I first saw this and I just thought it was some random figure without a head because we see so many of those these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's I don't know exactly what we're supposed to see here, but we've got, a potential first look, I guess. It does not look to be painted yet. Like the story says, it's a potential prototype. It actually looks to be kind of also broken on the leg. One of the legs is kind of, the part of the plastic is kind of shorter than the other. So there's really not a lot going here. So, Age of the Primes suggests we're going to get all 13 primes.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. So there you go. Get excited for primes. Yay.
You were out. I don't think you were around to talk about the Megatronus, right?
I did not see it. I probably saw it on social media, but
So
we didn't.
That's the first prime they're releasing, and it looks really good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
All right. Well, that's all our toy news. So let's move into trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
And trips to the store is brought to you by TeePublic, by our merch store on TeePublic, where you can get awesome merch from our show, including shirts, hats, whatever you need. I'm sure they can sell it, but you can also get more than just stuff from us. You can get it from anything on TeePublic. If you go through our link, transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic, we'll get a little referral credit and you can buy whatever you want. I would wager that they're going to be having some healthy Black Friday sales coming up, so be on the lookout for that. All right, I'm going to go first this week, and as I mentioned last week with my empty box, I couldn't find the figure. I got the Legacy G1 Universe Optimus Prime, and I actually have the figure now. This is a fantastic figure. I really love it. It comes with 2 guns, 2 different versions of the Ion Blaster, one that resembles the original toy and one that's one of the more modern look of the gun. And then he comes with his axe. He transforms into a smaller version of the G1 Prime, but he's got articulation. This is, I think, one of the first. I think they might have done it before, but the wheels have it feels like rubber, but it's PVC, and so it has that rubber feel on it. And I think that they need to do that with all their figures. It feels like it should.
Beachcomber had it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna use the box so you can see the alt mode. It looks really good in both modes. My biggest complaint though, and let me take that off. When you're transforming it, so the hand, is now actually stored in, but this piece of plastic that the hand is on, it is very tight and it's a more flexible plastic, but it just feels like I'm going to stress this, and because you have to pull it out to flip the hand in, and it just does not feel like that's the way it should bend. So that's my biggest complaint with it. It is terrifying to move the hands in. But other than that, I love it. He's super posable, and he's going to look great on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that looks really good. You've convinced me to buy one if they're still available.
I mean, he's smaller than a G1 Prime too. So I have a G1 Ultra Magnus nearby. So
okay.
You can see size difference here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, makes it up for it with the posability and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. And you're not paying the missing link prices for that.
Yeah, I can't remember if I have a missing link pre-ordered or not, or from Hasbro Pulse, but this, without having that one, I would prefer this one just for the price and posability and everything.
Yeah.
The next thing I got was I got the Agent Knight. This is the Knight Rider collaboration. I haven't transformed him yet, but he has lights and sounds, which is awesome. I do think. Oh, you're welcome. I do think that the LED light in the little scanner is a little bit bright because you don't really see it going back and forth as much. It seems like it's on the entire bar, and there's one sound effect where it just makes the little swooshing sound, and that's faster than it should be, and that's just me being picky.
Oh wow.
And I actually played a YouTube clip, and I'm like, yep, I was right, it's faster than it should be. The box is a G1 style box. It has the G1 art on the back. It does note that it speaks in English only, so I guess that's how they get away with selling it in Canada. But the backdrop in there, it's not really a backdrop, it's just the packaging thing, but I just think that looks really good. Oh, and the sound effects, it has a timeout where it will say signing off to save on your battery. But I just think this backdrop from there, it just got the Knight Rider logo with that kind of desert scene from the opening credits. It just, I saw that and I'm like, oh, someone really loves Knight Rider that worked on this. He's got weapon storage built in on the underside of the car. So he comes with 2 rifles. One of them kind of sticks out backwards like a tailpipe. And then comes with this other piece here that I think is a belt. I'm not entirely sure yet because I haven't transformed them. But just another small piece. So if you do open it, it does have like that little pouch of that Hasbro's been doing with the guns and stuff. So make sure you don't miss that. But
like in the tissue paper stuff. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, this is pretty good, and it is also officially GM licensed. So
Alex in the chat says that little piece is a watch.
Oh. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay. And then
thanks, Alex.
Yeah, thank you. And then the back end has the Knight Industries chest piece logo.
Wow.
So I think this is really good. I do kind of wish that the front of the car, like all the sound stuff is like right here. So it doesn't have that sleek kind of under like front end look, but that's minor. So pretty happy with it. It does not have the same kind of PVC tires that the Optimus Prime has, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what I got.
That's
well
a
done.
really cool figure.
Yep. And I forgot to bring myself up full screen for all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you
we
did.
get to see it up close.
It's Charles's fault. I wasn't prepared.
The universe is out of place because Charles isn't here. So I don't have any figures to show. I do have some on the way, but they didn't show up in time. But I do have things. So the first thing is I've got this super cool, ultra rare, but not rare, Megatronus Prime decal. I ordered this from Plastic Geek, I believe was the person's name. So thank you, Plastic Geek. So
That's cool.
It's cool for the coolest Prime. So need a Megatron or D16 to put it on his shoulder. So so that's the first thing. And then I don't know if I've shown these or not officially, but I think I know I've shown them to at least you, Jeremy. I don't know if I showed it to you, Daryl, but I got the sippy cup of Orion Pax. So I got that, and I haven't used them. I've just have them displayed. I have it displayed with the Rise of the Beast head. So I now have a collection of Optimus Prime heads, apparently. So, and then I also got the popcorn, or I think this is the popcorn. Yeah, the popcorn bucket. So of Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. So yeah, I have
really weird with like actual like the eyes looking like that.
Yeah, I think there's batteries in this too, and I haven't fiddled around with it. See, there's like a plastic tab, but yeah, I bought these because like, I wanted to support the film, but now it's like I feel like I have this weird morbid display of 3 Optimus heads and under a poster of Starscream. So.
Well, don't you have that big Armada Starscream? Was it Energon? You can have him displayed as if he's destroyed these 3 giant Optimus.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I have to show today.
Awesome. All right, Daryl, you were just at TFCon. What do you got?
I was, and I just remembered something I have to grab real quick.
Okay.
Because I was there with Charles, and he made a delivery for me. So there's other things somewhere, but this was one thing that I had to keep out because it was so much bigger. I got this from Char.
Oh, nice.
So it made the trip. It's a little dinged up,
Yay.
but yeah, so I didn't want to fold it, so it kind of just stayed the way it is. So yeah, I got a Megatron poster.
It's kind of looked like it's supposed to be dinged up though, so like,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
so bad.
So it looks good. So thank you very much, Shar, for that.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to show everything out I got at TFCon just because I need to save it for a couple other weeks here. I drove up to TFCon on the Thursday with a man by the name of Alex Milne. You guys may have heard of him because he likes doing road trips. Alex the Road Tripper. He also likes stopping at various comic book shops on the way, and I also like that, so we kind of did that. I stopped off at a shop in Pennsylvania. I cannot remember the name, but I found this, and I showed Jeremy this already. I think I posted it on Instagram. This is the Mary Marvel family. This is number
Just
30.
Family.
Sorry, not the Mary Marvel. That's a Marvel book. The Marvel family, number 30. It's a 10-cent comic book. This is a Shazam book before he was called Shazam. This book is from 1948, and it cost me $35. I couldn't say no. I generally don't buy, what would be DC, but this is actually Fawcett publication, so it's not even DC yet. So I couldn't say no to a book that was what I considered ridiculously cheap and in very good condition for being well over 75 years old.
It looks really good, like the condition of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know it's not Transformers related, but it was on a Transformers trip and I was there with the Transformers artist. So I count it.
It's a part of nerd culture.
Yeah. When I got to TFCon, the show started. I didn't buy much there. I only bought one thing on the first day, and I'll show that on another trips to the store. But on the second day, I definitely started finding little things here and there that I wanted to pick up. And here's a comic book I found, just one. This is a UK comic book. This is the only one UK book I found in a parts party. This is number 177, and it's got Action Force in it as well. There's Power Master Prime on the cover. So I think it was pretty good. There was somebody there selling UK comics individually for $30 a piece. I thought that's ridiculous, and you can go to hell. So I did not partake in any of that nonsense. While I was there, I did get some artist commissions while we are on the subject of comic books. I did commission Mr. Casey Kohler, and I asked him, because when I get to Transformers cons, and I've talked about this before, I ask the Transformers artists, don't draw Transformers. I'm sure you're sick and tired of drawing Transformers, and usually they're very happy to draw something other than Transformers, and they put a little extra effort into doing the commission that I'm asking for, because it's fun and it's different, and they really appreciate not being asked to draw Transformers. So I asked Casey to draw Zombie Batman on a deceased number 1, and he just knocked it out of the park. This is an amazing sketch cover, and I'm over the moon thrilled with this one.
Is that an homage to the Wolverine Spotlight?
No, I think he Googled Batman.
Oh no, there was a Batman one.
Yeah, so this is a Batman, and he Googled, and it came up with Jim Lee poses, and he said this is a Jim Lee pose. So yeah, it's very cool. So I'm thrilled with this. So yeah, it's a zombie Batman, and then so I did that. And if anyone was following me on social media, specifically Twitter, you will have noticed that on the weekend I was talking about how busy Alex was on the first day. Well, the second day came and he had absolutely nothing to do. So I said, hey, well, you want to do a sketch cover? I brought extras. And he's like, yeah, sure. What do you want me to do? And I gave him a couple choices, and he's like, oh, give me the Spider-Man. So I got him to do an Amazing Spider-Man. So Alex killed this one. And so, these guys, they love doing sketch covers, and they really love doing something that's not Transformers. I know everyone loves getting Transformers from them because they're Transformers artists, but they can do a lot more, and they show it if you ask them. So yeah, it's a really great cover. Alex and Casey just absolutely nailed it, and it was really, really just amazing. See what I did?
Yeah, we saw what you did. You tied it all together. No, that's a really cool cover.
Yeah.
There's commission.
So I'm gonna go off track for a second, because when I got back from TFCon, there was a package waiting for me, and something I had ordered. And if you'll remember, I had bought a long time ago when they announced this add-on kit. I bought a figure. Mm-hmm. This was animated Optimus Prime. We just talked about this thing.
Oh wow!
Yay!
So I bought this animated Optimus Prime, and so the kit came in while I was at TFCon, and so it shows up, and it's like, it shows the trailer mode or whatever. It shows all the pieces on the back, but I have since put this kit together because I was really looking forward to this thing, and here it is. So he looks absolutely phenomenal. I'm really happy with how this whole thing turned out, and very pleased that I decided to go ahead and just buy the animated Optimus Prime for this kit. Mm-hmm. It's stellar, really, really good. And there's a couple other iterations, a couple other things that you can do. Put the way you can kind of put this together. Obviously, you can put it all into alt mode, and you can kind of have him have a larger trailer. But he's going to sit as a Jetwing Optimus kind of thing for me right now. This is just killer. The feet do have an ankle tilt now. His top half is heavier now, so his knees are a little bit less strong. Just FYI. So, but he gets a pretty good ankle tilt going. But it's cool. He's really quite good. And if you already have the animated Optimus Prime, I'll try and get in on his face. He comes with two like faceplate pieces. So he's got like the little mask from animated now. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
His look.
Yeah, they do a really good job with their kits.
Yeah, he's got like goggles and stuff.
Wow.
I don't know whether I can get it up here. So like, yeah. So
you can, that's cool.
He's got like a goggles. Cool. He looks really good. And the last thing I'm going to show off for this week is something I did get at TFCon. I got on the last day. I got it from Jeremy, I think he's your old friend Orson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He had a booth there, and I saw this thing sitting there, and I thought, oh, you know what? This thing looks pretty good. I'll pick it up. And it only cost me $70, and it's a boxed G1 Inferno. It's got all the paperwork, and he's in there. He's in great shape. He just doesn't have a bubble or cardboard, and that I can remedy. So I'm pretty happy with that. The box is kind of dinged up, but I don't care. It's all complete. There's nothing cut out of it. So that's really what I was looking for.
Yeah, all the little accessories that goes on them.
All the little accessories are in there. All that's in there. So pretty happy with that. And that'll go up with the rest of my boxed bullshit up there. So yeah, it looks great. So yeah.
What a cool find.
Yeah. So, and it's not the only boxed old figure I got this weekend. Or that weekend. Not as old as this one, but still very cool. And again, I'll show that off on another trips to the store. But I like picking up boxed G1s. There was a couple other ones that I was eyeing there, but I really just didn't want to pull the trigger on something that was that expensive. But I thought this one was very reasonably priced, so that's why I did it. But yeah, that's what I'll show for this week.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's really cool. Like, thank you for sharing.
I think I got a box Inferno a few years ago, but that was a one of the Encore, or it was some kind of reissue. It wasn't original. But yeah.
I have a question about G1 figures. Do we know if there are still boxed figures for everything that ever came out in G1? Like, are there any that are missing?
Like you're asking if there's still unopened boxed figures out there? I'm sure there are. I mean, there's collectors out there that only collect sealed boxed stuff. So yeah, there's I'm sure that if you went through everybody's collection, you could probably put together a sealed collection of G1. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious about that when you were showing that. I'm like, oh, wouldn't that be? I'm wondering if that's the case. Like, I feel like when you get anything that's old, it's like a piece of history. Like it was like the comic you showed earlier. Like that's history that you're owning, and that's really cool.
Yeah, that's honestly that's why I bought it. That's why I bought the comic. The G1, I have a G1 blaster right.
You can kind of see his
it's in a box that is absolutely beat to hell, and the box is open. And when I bought it, I was like, I mean, it's a G1 blaster, I'll buy it, whatever. It's got a Canadian box, so it's got his name underneath it. I think his name is Tempo in French. But when I opened it and I was looking at Blaster on the cardboard and his bubble, it's sealed. Like the figure has never come off of that. So I'm like, the box is beat to hell. The box is obviously open, right? But the figures never come off of the card. So I'm like, well, the figure's brand new. What do I do with that? But it still wouldn't count as a sealed, right? Brand new, but it's still kind of neat that the figure itself has never been touched.
It's mintish.
Cool.
Mintish, yes.
Yeah, mintish. Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. All right. Well, now we're going to get into some convention news.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
Just got one thing this week in convention news, and this is the Cybertron Con 2024 has been announced, and this is a Chinese-specific convention. It is run by Hasbro China, and they had it in 2010, 2012, 2013, and 2016. So it will be December 6th through 9th at the World Expo Creative Show Club building in Shanghai. So we don't really know much about it other than Hishiaki, or I can't pronounce his first name, but Yuki-san and Tomoki Tatsumi have been confirmed, and 2 more toy designers will be announced later. And then they're going to have new products announced and interactive activities. So looks like they can do official conventions outside of North America. So I have no idea what any of these things are saying in Chinese, but I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of news comes out of it. It looks like Yellow Park and Blokey's are definitely going to have a presence there. So
3-0.
Yeah,
3-0. So anyone in China, check that out. I don't know if we have any listeners in China, but it should be.
When is that again, Jeremy?
What?
When is that again? It's in the summer.
December 6th through 9th.
Oh, December. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you happen to be in China, go to that convention.
Yeah. All right. And then we're going to wrap up the show by thanking our donatrons, which they're the people that give us support and help the show run. If you would like to join them, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and you can join in through our Patreon or PayPal. And you can get access to awesome bonus stuff, including watching us record the show live on YouTube. And we usually have at least a couple people doing that, but we would love to have more. And then you get exclusive shows like We Like Big Bots, where Daryl and Dr. Pants show off, as Dr. Pants described it last week, bots that are either big in stature or big in personality.
Yes.
And so we have 14 of those up there now. and I am sure there are more that are going to be coming eventually before the decade ends. And then we also have season 3 of Empire of Rust continuing. This is our live play RPG podcast, and the bonus uncut episode 128, Bouncy Gummy Gonberry Juice, is available for Donatrons now. And this has everything that would be cut out from the regular free episode left in. And the regular version of episode 128 is going to be available November 4th. So apparently these notes are wrong. I blame Charles's.
The universe is off balance.
So anyway, they're available both on the uncut version is on our Donatreon on Patreon, and then the uncut or the edited version is out on the free feed at transmissionspodcast.com/Russ. And then we still have copies of our Transformers #1 from Skybound, our exclusive cover that has art by EJ Sue, available on our website. You can go to transmissionspodcast.com/comic and pick that up. Daryl was saying that Jimmers from Distortion Productions sold a few of ours, and one of the graded copies we had at TFCon, so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not sure if this was because we're doing the review, so so it's not in our alt mode news, but EJ Sue has a cover coming up, one of the 1 in 25 covers. He just posted about it on social media, so it's looking really good. And then finally, we want to you have a few more days to save 15% at toyhacks.com with our code TurkeyBots. This code is valid until November 15th, and it can be used with RoboPoints, but cannot be combined with other discounts or promotions. And I would bet those other discounts or promotions is going to be coming up with Black Friday. So if you want to save 15%, you have until the 15th, and then just go back to Toy Hacks and look for whatever sale they're going to be doing for the rest of the month. So I believe that is all we got. And then before we end the show, we do want to thank our Masterpiece Donatrions, who are the people that donate at the highest level. And those are John Forks, Good, and Steve C. So thank you both. And with that, we will bring this episode to a close. And thank you all for listening and watching. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.